When is the right time to start divulging these money situations, and then when's the right time to consolidate? I'll let you guys answer that one later. But for you guys, what do you guys feel is the right time to open up this transparency?
Oh, let them go. Let them
go. Okay. One of the things that you all were saying over there, Miss Tangi and NWZ, was about the timing in which to, divulge information and disclose and do all of that. I don't feel like you can pick and choose which categories you want to share. I think it's easier, and I'll just take a leap and say that I think it's easier sometimes for men to share previous relationship statuses, but when it comes to areas of finance, if it's not something that somebody is confident in, it's a little harder to share that. And so when we were talking about honesty overall, I just feel like if we're going to be honest about everything, you got to be honest about everything, not just one aspect of a relationship. And so when it comes to finances, just as early as you're, sharing your information about what you did in the dark, you get what I'm saying? I think that it's important. Now, you may not give social security numbers and bank numbers and PIN codes and all of that, but there's a level of letting somebody know kind of where you are financially, because Charles just said it, it kind of shows just who you are as a person and just how you handle different things, because money, I think, is one of the easiest ways to kind of tell parts of our personality. You know what I mean? If you're selfish or stingy, or if you're overindulging, or if you are very generous or anything like that. Money usually is the indicator of that. If you are thinking about the future, you might save. If you're kind of thinking about the present, you're just kind of spending what you need to do now. The things you spend your money on, you know what I mean? If you'll splurge on
shopping,
or like, you know what I mean? Like, I know men like shoes. I know he likes shoes. So, but
you trying to? I see how you sweat that.
I can definitely say personally, yes, I do like shoes. By the way, finances hasn't necessarily been the most easy thing for me to divulge, as she knows. Relationships, that's another story. I don't have no problem disclosing that information. But because of the fact that I've been very single with the way that I handle my money, I've been very single with the way that I have handled my money, and it hasn't necessarily been responsible. So it's not one of those things you just want to just put out there. Yeah, I do this. Like just the other day, I had the urge to buy some $600 Jordans, but
wow,
yeah.
I mean, everybody got their fights. Everybody got their fights.
Y'all planning a wedding?
I mean,
y'all in the middle of
everybody got their fights.
That was an urge. That was an urge.
That's a strong urge, bro.
That was an urge. You know what I mean? I'm like,
what else they do?
I'm feeling these things, right? But those are old ways that I can't have no more.
Check out progression and evolution.
One of those
I don't think you can't. It's not that you can never have
when it's in the right
time.
That shows maturity and growth.
Right.
Maturity and growth.
So it hasn't necessarily been the most easy thing for me to just put out there, but I feel like if you're in a relationship, if you're in a committed relationship, and you guys are having plans for the future as far as being engaged, marriage, I think you should divulge that information. That's personal information that the next person deserves. You know what I mean? If you taking the relationship serious. Mm-hmm. If you're just there, that's, if you're not knowing, that's a different story. But if you know where you're going, get that information out. Period. Point blank. It has to be. It's gonna come out regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Whether you want to tell it or not.
The sooner the better. Just get it out the way. These are the things I did. This is how I handle money.
It's my weaknesses.
Money. I may need to handle it differently now. This is a situation.
Yeah. I like that.
But I can say when you looking forward to when you looking forward to a future with somebody, you should definitely divulge that information. Whether you're engaged or just in a committed relationship, divulge that information for sure. That's all I have to say.
I agree. A little bit off of Sharifa, just a hair. I think there's so many different parts of a relationship. There's, like Charles was saying, there's money, there's time, there's so many parts. And each person is an extension of what they've been through on how they let information out. Certain areas exactly how they were raised, their relationship past experiences. So certain areas people might be more open to freely give information out. In other areas, it might take them a little more time. You said a little bit like, give it all at once. And I think it just depends on somebody's honest truth.
No, not give it all at once. I'm just saying, when we talk about honesty, you can't say in one breath like, I'm an honest person, I'm honest about everything, but there's an area that you're insecure about that you don't share. But if the other person is insecure in maybe another area and they don't share, that there's dishonesty. Okay. You get what I'm saying?
You're transparent. Charles again. Yeah. I think.
Shout out to Charles Keys.
Shout out to
Major
Keys.
Killer.
Ancestors for all the answers.
Right.
They usually come in handy. So we're
Handy.
Hey.
always comes back. Always comes back.